Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So today we're going to do a tiny house update. We've actually done some major moves here of getting stuff together before the weather sets in. I mean, in November you got to expect snow's coming. But my wife has also been taking tons of time blowing the budget on the house, and I want to walk you through how she's spending all the budget. So the first way she's been blowing the budget is she had to have a door with glass. No, we could have bought like a $179 door, or we actually had the door, but what happened, honey?
I wanted one that let some light in, some natural light, and the door that we have is a full slab. So isn't this much more beautiful?
I don't know, how much more was it, honey?
Well, I mean, considering we had the one door, and this one cost us about $350.
So it cost us $350 more.
Right.
Alright, so what I want to show you guys first is why you don't build a tiny house in an old crooked carport. Because I left plenty of room to put this door in and ended up having to rip this post to make it fit because it's so far out of square. I don't know if you guys can make that out on camera, but I had to rip all that post in place. Now I left plenty of room. I mean, there's a heck of a gap there, but it's so far out of square that there was no way to actually get it to fit the way it was. So what I did was I ripped the actual post that's not corner bearing, which is this one, and then I'm gonna sister on some wood later. But yeah, she has her pretty door. Let's go ahead and start with the upstairs of those guys, since that's kind of not got much done lately after my fall. But now,
yay!
Missy's done most of the taping. We have everything finished, closed in, ready to go. We actually got the drywall here. Now the drywall that's downstairs, me and Missy brought in by ourselves. This one the boys were nice enough to come over and help us with. This on top is 5/8 lightweight, but it's still heavy. And then this is the 1/2 inch lightweight for the walls here. Now these side walls will be done in 5-foot pieces, and we have 10-foot material downstairs to do that with right there. So you're really happy the day we finished the upstairs, weren't you?
I was super happy.
But she was also yelling because we had platforms here and she didn't want me up on ladders on the platforms, but
that's the last thing we need.
now, that said, we are pretty well doing good to get ready to hang drywall up here. I've got a few jam extensions I got to put in. And of course, this is the year of flies. Usually it's ladybugs or Japanese beetles, whatever. This is the year of flies. I'm not sure why. As we head back downstairs here, the big thing you're going to see is it's full of materials. The first thing you're going to see is this is our 10-foot drywall. This goes half upstairs, or 3/4 of it upstairs on the walls. And then I think there's like 2 to 4 sheets here that go on these walls. We did not buy the drywall for the exterior area here because we got a lot of things going on. But honey, what's this you have buried here?
Just something else that we bought.
Yeah, so we went back and forth with moving our dock of wood burner down here, and it came to the point where we realized that maybe buying a smaller heater would be a better idea, just for space for one, but also because we think the Daka might be too powerful for this house. Now, we got a lot of stuff we looked at, like we went over on Tractor Supply's website and they had a stove much like this, which was what, 600, honey?
Yeah, like 600, and then with tax it would have been like 650.
Yep, and then she ended up finding this one on Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Guy was asking $275. It was in for a season, but it was too small for his house, and he had a big house. But this one is nicer because it has the front damper on it right here that you move back and forth. Now the other ones, like at Tractor Supply, have them down there and you can get burnt.
It'd be like right down in there.
Yeah, it's a terrible place to have a damper,
way
but
harder.
I talked to him and we ended up getting it for $250. and it needs a fire brick or two. It needs a couple little things, but overall I think it's going to be really nice sitting back in that corner. Now, as we move forward though into the actual downstairs area, we've made huge strides here. For one, it's pretty much insulated on these walls and framed. We have not closed in these two walls yet because we still have to run gray water drain from here all the way around and down to there. So that's one thing that's still being done. All the wiring is done. All the laying out is done. The electric is done. Other than we still have to put our boxes and our wiring up there and tack it all in before it gets painted. But this is new. This is something we haven't discussed yet. Honey, what goes here that you're spending more money on?
Why is it always about me spending money? But that is going to be a stovetop with 2 burners on it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in our bar.
Yes. So we originally wanted an island, but the way this is shaped is just terrible. So the concept here, right, honey, is going to be the main sink basin.
So
and
like here is going to be, I think, our refrigerator.
Yep.
And then we'll have like a corner or something shelf, and then the sink will be right here.
Yep.
And then we're going to have upper cabinets.
Yep, all the way down.
All the way down. And then over here is going to be the bar coming out. And we'll be able to do like our YouTube videos in here, or we'll be able to actually cook in our kitchen. And have countertops to where we'll be able to actually have room.
And it's kind of seating too, tabletop.
And it's going to have some storage underneath of it.
Yep.
And we're going to have bar stools that we can set on either side to be able to eat dinner and utilize it, such as a table also.
Yep. And then she's getting the actual in countertop style 220 2-burner. That way she can here and have all of her stuff right there, right next to it, just to make it easier, not trying to fight on the cabinets and countertops over here. But what are we looking at that we haven't fully set on, but what are we looking at for countertop material?
Marble?
Marble. No. Try a little cheaper. Granite.
Granite. See, I don't know about these things. He's the construction worker. I just know pretty.
She wanted pretty. We have a granite dealer in town, and we're going to try to get remnants, but we'll see what happens. They're going to hit us, though, because now she went with a standard sink, so there's got to be a cutout for the sink, and then this bar has a cutout for the 2-burner cooktop. So that's where they make their money, is cutting holes and stuff. So that's going to be a pretty big investment, but I think long term it's probably the best way to go, honestly, with as much as we do in the kitchen. And it'd be nicer for videos so you guys can watch us and all that. But with that said, we have to talk about the bathroom. So, honey, you have decided on a more like rustic theme for this bathroom, right?
Yeah, so I wanted it more country. So for 2 walls, it's going to have the tin.
Yeah, galvanized
sheeting.
tin.
And then we're discussing the sink basin right now. I'm trying to get Tony to build it and use galvanized tin for that too. But we'll see if I can talk him into it or not. And then our composting toilet will be over here.
Yeah, we have an idea how we want it to be long term, but we've realized that we will probably have to go with something like a stand sport or some other portable potty type deal.
A little bit smaller.
For now, just because I have so many projects to complete that making the composting toilet we want is not a priority at the moment.
Yes. And these 2 walls are getting drywall, right?
Yep. Just standard drywall. Now we are going to be doing something a little bit funky as far as the shower, but that's something we're not going to even try and explain in this video because it won't make any sense. But we actually have a lot of the stuff ready to go. Got the plumbing stuff, got a bunch of the light fixtures. We got a crappy spray gun because I'm going to spray these ceilings. We're going to go black. Now we're going to go white just because it's so dark in here. That's the bad thing about not having a lot of windows, is it is very dark. So we're going to spray it with a flat white, ceiling white, and hopefully it looks good. We'll see. All right, so this area is kind of really up in the air, but we're starting to get an idea coming together, because at first when we were going to put the docket here, we didn't think we were going to be hanging out in here at all. It wasn't even like, it was just to heat, like a dirty area. But now that we got a prettier wood burner, what are we talking about doing?
You can see the flames in.
Yes.
We are going to put the wood burner on this back wall probably. Tony's going to put me a mantle in. And then we're probably going to stone behind the wood burner to make it pretty. And then we're going to put some sort of a carpet or something here and put a couple chairs so we can sit here and drink our coffee of the morning and watch the fire.
Now, we're not going out and buying stone right now, is not the plan, right?
Right.
You have a place that you're going to go pick up stones and do it yourself.
And I am actually going to stone it myself.
Yes. So she will probably enlist Dad's help, because Dad's done a lot of natural stone work, and she kind of can go talk to him and decide what the best way to do it is. But we were at a point where we thought fire safety is probably job one. So
yeah, and the wood burner is probably going to be pretty soon going in.
yes, because it's getting cold very quickly. Now, we have over-insulated this place, so it actually is not bad to work in until it gets real cold. But there still is a lot of work to do here. So another thing we should probably talk about is our pups. So our plan right now is to make a dog door that goes out right there on the other side of that door. And then since we're right on the property line, we're going to make a little box that runs the length of this. And then out back here is going to be a little area. Our dogs do not really like to be outside like that anymore. They're not huge fans of just hanging out in the backyard anymore. They want us to take them out and do things with them. But at Paulo is what now?
Paulo's 12 and Molly's 11.
Yeah, so they are aged dogs. They're still very healthy and very active, but they're not outside dogs as much unless they're running free. You know what I mean? So what we've learned by an experiment we did up on the house is if you have 2 dog doors, then you can basically leave it open until it gets really cold, because the wind cannot cut through your house. So we're going to put the same kind of system in here. They'll go out, they'll turn, they'll be able to go all the way down the house. There'll be another dog door, so that'll be a covered run, which gives them an area kind of to wipe their feet and all the other stuff in the winter, and a place where if it's really cold out and they really don't want to go outside, we're going to set it up so it rolls water away. So if they have to go out there just to potty, just like outside to potty, I'm okay with it, because they're getting to that age now. But Apollo is getting up in the middle of the night now going potty, much like all of us as we get older do. So he has to have that dog door open to be able to go potty. So we're building that in. We're thinking long term, but we did bring the dogs down here. They went upstairs. They did fine with it. They loved it. Apollo didn't want to come out. He wanted to stay up there. Molly was okay.
He wanted to go back.
Molly was okay with leaving. She's like, I don't care. Apollo was like, I like this. I want to hang out here. He didn't want to leave. But this is the same dog that taught himself how to climb a ladder when we were building the addition up there. So you come out and realize your dog can now climb ladders, and you realize, oh,
he was like halfway up the ladder.
Like just climbed a ladder by himself. He's like, oh, I saw you do it. But they're happy. We're moving along. Obviously, December is going to be a big month for us because you're home, and there's some surprises coming. Some of you may know about, some of you may not, in January. So you want to watch all of our upcoming videos. That way you know what's going on, because this place is about to go up fast. Now, we will probably have to... What's the bribe? Is bribe a good word? We may have to bribe the boys to come over with steak dinners to help me hang that 5/8, because I don't know if you guys have done it, but I hate hanging 5/8. Even the lightweight 5/8, I absolutely hate hanging it. It's terrible. Angled ceilings are awful. So getting a little help to try and work over that hole to hang those might be good. So if any of my boys are watching this video right now, you should really think about a steak dinner to help me hang those. But with that said, as always, we appreciate you guys coming along, checking out our tiny house. And if nothing else, go down in the comments, let me know, would you be willing to live in this? Does this seem like something you could put up with? Because a lot of people say they can't. A lot of
people's like, 560 feet? Are you crazy?
Yeah, it doesn't seem that big, but it actually is. Now, also, my wife will tell you that I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, so we would greatly appreciate it if you would go down and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see all of our upcoming videos and watch my wife spend our budget away. And also, give us a like if you enjoyed it. It really does help the channel grow. Now, it is Thanksgiving. I'm going to go stuff myself silly. And I want you guys to enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family and your loved ones. There's many things for us to be thankful for, and we hope it's the same for you. So with that said, honey,
we will see you in the next one.
Now, you need to go out and dash or something because you're spending all of our money. I mean, really.
Tomorrow.
Okay. We'll see you guys in the next one.